Beautiful sunset. And what should we talk about today? I had a conversation with somebody about the microbiome, and I consider, like Zach Bush became a superstar overnight. It was Hawaii based, and the Hawaii Farmers Union really helped promote his message, and he became a superstar overnight in COVID. And highly intelligent individual in that arena, yet I haven't heard him talking about butyric acid. We solved the problem with it. Zach, love to connect with you if you get this message. Also, Dr. Perlmutter, he wrote the book Grain Brain, knows a lot about the microbiome, and I believe he is very well aware of the solution with butyric acid. But I haven't seen him really shouting it out. If I'm wrong, I could be wrong. Hey, I know he's been doing a lot to help educate people about the microbiome. And the real God particle of it is butyric acid. And probably one of the biggest names in the whole nutraceutical world, Al Zapp, he solved the problem with butyric acid. Gave us the butyric acid without the taste and smell of butyric acid. And that's with the Tesseract effect that he discovered. So it's, Al Zapp product called Link, L-I-N-Q, and it's available through a company that I am promoting. So if you're interested, private message me. Be happy to give you the link to that. Shoot. It's the God particle for the gut. It's what all the friendly flora thrive with the most. Our white blood cells and lymphocytes can't even function without their presence. They help identify friend from foe. And in where there's too much propionic acid, that's the main food for all the bad guys. And when there's not enough good guys, we don't do a very good job. Most of that's happening in our gut. The whole gut's lined with lymph nodes that house the white blood cells and lymphocytes, which are made of white blood cells. They're like the special forces or Marines. If you consider your white blood cells like the army in the body, which they are, the military. So yeah, it's our defenses. Help keep all the bad guys at bay. They eat them up, basically, neutralize and destroy them. And they do that by accelerating their life process and shooting out the byproduct of oxygen. It's oxygen missing an electron. That's superoxide dismutase. I like to call it oxygen radical. It radically just rips cancer cells apart in pieces so fast, within seconds, you can't even see it anymore on a microscope. Like magic. Now you see it, now you don't. And then what regulates to convert it back to oxygen so that it doesn't damage the cells and the healthy tissue in the surrounding areas, because otherwise you do damage the healthy tissue in the surrounding areas, which is the mechanism of all the autoimmune diseases. So to prevent that, you need to understand the genetic side of the equation. Nrf2 is the God particle for the DNA side, and that replaces the pharmaceutical market like butyric acid replaces antibiotic market. So these are God particles for the entire categories that we're talking about, the actual MasterKeys. And the solutions for both of these are available in the same company that I'm involved with. Like Dr. McCord's #1 best Nrf2 activator on the planet is called Genomics. And so, but there are several people out there. There's lots of things. Even fasting is a Nrf2 activator. But how long can you fast and how good is it? I can tell you over the past month, I've got a bioscan before and after. I know part of what I've been recovering for is the spider bite that I had on my arm. For those of you who saw that video, you can't even tell where I was bit anymore. I was bit by a brown recluse on the big island of Hawaii. And those recluses are the most poisonous, most deadly spiders in the world. So I had a major reaction. And I just took the butyric acid for the microbial side. So the first thing Google says is go to the hospital, and the first thing they're going to do is give you antibiotics. Well, I didn't have to worry about that because I had the butyric acid, the God particle, which is better than what they could have given me at the hospital, right? And I was on Nrf2 activation for the genetic side, which is like 5,000 times more efficient than any drug when you consider that it regulates all 5,000 disease mechanism genes where drugs just target one at a time. It's actually better than that because all the drugs have a long list of negative effects, and with the Nrf2 activator I'm on, there's no long list of negative effects at all. I take it every day. So I've been on a bioscanner the past month. A month ago I got a scan, and yesterday I got another one. I compared them today, and every single place that I was like out of the balance, too much or too little of anything, they all had a measurable improvement. Every single one of them, 100% across the board with all that I'm doing. I'm also on the Tesla's PEMF, which I believe is the best PEMF device on the market. The hardware was invented by the guy who was the head of NASA's medical for 30 years. So I think it's, it's past his standards. Yeah, the guy who was head of NASA's medical for 30 years created the hardware for that one. And then the software, we have the guy who's the best guy in the software side doing that for us. So we can run do searches for all kinds of different ailments, and just inflammation in general, huge benefits across the board because everything's associated with inflammation issues. So I think with the necrosis of the type of necrosis from the poison of the recluse that I was bit by, it causes collagen deposition throughout the whole system. And so that shows up in my system. The bone damage showed up. The bone damage looked like one of them that was way off went right back into the green within 30 days with everything that I've been doing. So if any of you want to do some kind of regeneration retreat in Hawaii or Jamaica, I do travel also. If you want to do one in your area, let me know. Hit me up, private message me, okay? And I think I have the best content for, some of the most beautiful places have been asking me to do their signature retreat. So, create the curriculum. So anyway, I have great content. Obviously, I like to be able to talk about the best of the best, whether it's my product or whether it's my company or not. I'll get involved and promote the best of the best in the most powerful, like MasterKeys when it comes to those, which regulate the whole category, like the key for the hormones, which is B3 bands. I've been promoting that company as well. So KC Chiefs, they're going to the Super Bowl 3 times in a row. Next Sunday, they're going to be playing. Wouldn't surprise me if they take the Super Bowl again with less injuries than whoever's playing against them. The 49ers played against them last year. They were riddled with injuries this year. And there's an inferior blood flow resistance company training. There's an inferior technology right here on this island. It's actually, the company's based on the Big Island. They charge $50,000 for their machine. And it's based on inferior science. They're not really clued into the best science that we know. I'm gonna actually show the sunset. This is a good thing to do for you guys. Show you what's happening here. I gotta say goodbye for now. Make it a aloha for now. Until next time. If you like what we're talking about with the MasterKeys, we even have the MasterKeys for certain super conscious abilities, superhuman abilities. Private message me for that. All right, you have a good one.